Is it gone? Hold on. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good. Have you been in before?
No.
No? Oh, nice. So we're art gallery in the studio, and the work that's up right now is all from a private collection. We're just showing this is Rich's work,
Okay.
and so we're just showing off a bunch of the pieces that this one gentleman has bought because we're going to be out of this space in December, so we're showing off some pieces before we close down, and then we're just getting set up. We start at 7:00 every night. We do a live. We make art from 7 to 9, and then at 9:00 is a live auction. So this is kind of what we're just starting up to, and everyone's welcome is totally free. And but feel free to look around and let us know if you have any questions.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
How's it going?
Excellent.
Here, I need your finger, Madeline.
Pardon me?
How's your evening?
How about now?
Hectic, but I'm here.
Good.
That's
That
all
is
that matters.
so
How's yours?
Yeah, just about the same. I had to drop some stuff off tonight too.
Yeah.
With a theme to it, which is all of the work that I dropped off was done in 1990.
1990. Wow. Wow. Oh, so it's up for auction tonight. Great.
Yeah.
Good to know. What's your name?
Theo.
My name's Theo. Yeah. My name's Scott.
Scott.
Yeah. Please do. Very good.
Oh shoot!
What?
It's set up with the.
You know how interesting that sentence was when you said set up with the and then stopped?
Well,
At the critical point of that sentence?
I've set it up on the other computer. I know we're live. Sorry, people. We're live. I set it up on the other computer.
Memorex.
What do you
And-
need to do?
No,
I have to put the stream key.
We'll do it.
Hold
I
on.
remember those
Remember
commercials.
those?
Yes, and the guys in the back of the
How do I
chairs.
X
Or
that?
is it Memorex?
Or is it Memorex? Yeah. Well, it's Memorex, of course, right?
I don't know how to get into
Well, I'm a
the
big
existing
music guy,
one.
so.
Okay. Can you let me?
Like maybe just don't do
What are you asking
Instagram
me?
today, or
Sure, that's fine.
is that okay?
Yeah.
Because we're live and
But
I.
I got free tickets to the whole concert,
Of course.
pictures with Johnny Cash, Steve Earle, on and on.
Did you go see Steve Earle? We were there last
Yeah.
week. You were there?
No, I saw him at the Saddle Dome.
Oh,
Okay.
That's the only
It says
time.
we're live to Instagram actually,
I
so
meant to go
okay.
see him last week, but
it was.
didn't work.
It was so good. Yeah, it was
Oh.
just him and his guitar.
Isn't he great?
Yeah, he's so incredible.
Wow.
So we're live, so we might just start.
What's the wrong?
Should I start my stuff?
Should I stay?
Mhm.
Should I go?
Right. So
I can't get that song out of my head. It's just playing
Which song?
like earlier. That I'm a loser, baby.
Oh, yeah, Beck.
So I don't.
You know, he made that song while he was doing a sound check.
You did?
Beck made up that song just doing a sound check.
Oh, I never knew that. Huh. Before I knew who Beck was, I used to say stuff like,
right now I'm looking at these two, and I really like the feet in those two ones.
Yeah.
And the ones on the wall, the
Is there sound now?
war turkey and the baboon. I really like those ones together. So I really like hanging the show. And the front walls I really like is the jazz pieces. So, all right, so I'll start with the land acknowledgement, and then I'll get our pieces of inspiration. The Creator gifted us with this land that we are blessed to share and care for together. We acknowledge that the land we gather on, Mohkinstsis, is the ancestral territory of the Siksika Sitapi, the Siksika, the Kainai, the Piikani, and the Amskapi Piikani. We acknowledge all First Nations and Métis of Treaty 7 lands, the Sutena, the Ekpe, which includes Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Goodstoney. We commit to advancing reconciliation, guided by truths, respecting treaty laws, and humbly walking alongside First Nations, Métis, and Inuit. We recognize all who live, work, play, and make art on these lands, and who now call this place home. So we're so grateful for everyone joining online and in person. I'm gonna put the books on the floor and spin the wheel of fate. The other thing is a fun thing from today. 5 years ago today, actually, Rich and I got married on the roof here. So we were talking about all of these. I bought us a bouquet there.
Oh, right on. That's great.
We're thinking about, like, we've been emptying the space out and going through all of the, like, because we're only going until December here. And that's a pretty big thing. I really am proud that we got to do that here, kind of in the middle of our 10 years at this space. So that's a pretty wonderful thing.
Right in the middle, huh?
It was like kind of, because we're only a few months left, and it was
I think we must have decided to.
like we had just signed the lease in
Yeah.
November or December before, and then we got married that. Okay, so
So, did you guys kind of know what you're getting into when you came in? It would be awful if you're just walking by and we sat you down so that you're like stacked.
No,
Like, is that
no.
what just happened?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, we planned on coming last week.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then I kind of creeped it online a little.
Oh, so you kind of,
But I think we're both really shy.
Yeah.
creeping it online is good because then
Yeah.
you can kind of get a sense for it, and then coming down even just to see it, because it's hard to even get a sense for it online. I find because it's so different when you come down, and
It
then
totally
it's
is,
very
yeah.
different. Like it's very quiet tonight, and sometimes there's like 20 people here already, and it's like every Wednesday it's completely different. So that's just fun that you came down.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Sasha.
Sasha.
Yasmin.
Yasmin, very nice to meet you. This is
Nice to meet you.
Theo, and this is Scott, and this is Rich.
Too.
So our first piece of inspiration is the stars: hope, optimism, and inspiration. So this is from this first card. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Justin. Lots of people joining from online. That's nice. So this is the first piece of inspiration. Second piece of inspiration comes from Pictures Telling Stories. This is a cool book Rich brought home. I've opened this a few times now. So Clancy of the Overflow. So it's a guy on a horse. He looks like a cowboy. One of the paintings in the back is me in an astronaut suit, but I'm riding a unicorn. So I'm excited. It's like a big 4x8 piece. I was just,
Oh yeah.
right?
Wow.
Clancy of the Overflow. In 1889, Evanjo Patterson wrote the ballad Clancy of the Overflow to express the division he felt in his own life between living in the city of Sydney, Australia, and the dream of being in the country, the outback of Australia. It was published in the Bulletin in 1889 and achieved immediate and lasting popularity. And I somehow rather fancy that I'd like to change with Clancy, like to take a turn at droving where the seasons come and go, while he faced the round eternal of the cash book and the journal, but I doubt he'd suit the office, Clancy of the Overflow. Pretty wonderful image. So that's the second piece of inspiration. So we got stars, hope, and optimism and inspiration. And then we got cowboy.
Yippee-ki-yay.
And then we got 12 birds to save your life.
Magpie.
Yeah, there is one in here, so I will find it for you. Kingfisher, that's really pretty too. Sorry. Do you want the magpie to be the thing?
I think so. I think the magpie can use whatever help the magpie can get.
I just saw one of the portraits you did of me on the other side had all of my arm. You did my magpie on my arm. I can tell when it was done based on what tattoos I have on my portraits of me. I'm trying to find.
That's super interesting because when I look at old photos of us, you haven't aged, but you have like tattoos missing.
Sorry, I'm trying to find it. I could just say magpie. Okay.
Can I see?
Yeah, that's
Magpie.
I found it. Magpie. I
Magpie, okay.
dog-eared it even.
Read us a little bit about the
Okay.
magpie.
So, third piece of inspiration is the magpie. 7 for a secret that's never been told. So there's the rhyme. 1 for
Yeah.
that one. Over the land freckled with snow, half thawed, the speculating rooks at their nest cawed, and saw from elm tops, delicate as flower of grass, what we below could not see, winter passed, by Edward Thomas. For 2 weeks I had watched with unbridled delight as 2 busy little missel thrushes built their raggedy nests right in front of my sitting room window, in the teeth of March gales, punishing rainstorms and primrose crushing late frosts. These thrushes had never ceased. They had created their untidy nest out of anything to hand, bits of plastic, old carpet, and even what looked like old unraveled cassette tape. The construction of this nest had been one of the great resources of solace for me during the 2020 coronavirus lockdown, a useful and optimistic role model, and had acted as a daily inspiration for my family and me. The missel thrushes were singing through the storm and showing us all the meaning of perseverance in the face of adversity. I had shown my 2 boys the location of the nest, high up. Oh no, this is going to be a sad story. High up in the fork. It's turning. The fork of a branch of a sycamore. The sycamore tree. It's like my teacher brain. I was like scanning ahead. I was like, oh. And they had to
You
migrate
can
to
do that?
prize and
I cannot do that.
I have to because I never pre-read the books. Don't tell anybody. And then I'm like reading ahead. I'm like, oh no, there's a naked part. So I skipped the paragraphs. That was me reading Neil Gaiman last year.
You can read 2 things at once.
Yeah, I have to.
Weird, but you cannot chew gum and get down the street safely.
No.
Oh, that is bizarre.
Yeah. It's like one's out of fear of getting in trouble, and the other one is just like
Getting
like getting
by a
physically
car?
hurt is fine,
Interesting.
but getting in trouble is like not okay.
Welcome home.
Yeah. To my great surprise and deep satisfaction, becomes fascinated by this miracle of nature taking place just yards from their back door. We would watch them from afar, often with binoculars, not as to give away the location of their nest. And then the magpies came.
Oh, wow.
Maybe that's a good way to end that. And
Yeah.
then,
Probably.
Oh, they ate the
That's
eggs.
what I'm
And
paying.
They always eat the
That's
eggs.
what I'm
and then the magpies came.
I had eggs.
Yeah, we
We always
also
have
eat.
I had some eggs in my time.
That's interesting. So, what kind of birds? Because the magpies also build those kind of nests.
I used to have a pet magpie.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we do love the magpies here.
I
The
love
gore
Wow.
and the...
Yeah.
Okay, so we got stars, we got cowboys, and then the magpies came. So
Murders.
we make art from 7 to 9, and then at 9 o'clock we have the auction. You do not need to follow the inspirations.
You do, or you fail.
When we started out, everyone was trying to do like all 3 pieces in their paint. A lot of the time, it makes a lot of sense together. Like last week, someone did this really beautiful piece. It was of Harpies, beautiful watercolor.
Oh, I love that.
And then she dropped it off just on her way out. She was finishing it while we were doing the auction. So it was like, oftentimes they do fit together really nicely. And I guess this one does, cowboys and magpies and stars. So, so we're gonna make art. I think I'm gonna work on an Osprey watercolor. And then we will see how things go today. Rich has painted all week. He was working on, he did 32 paintings on like drum kits and guitars for this TV show. So he's been painting all week like a crazy person for all of these.
The crazy person part's got nothing to do with the painting. But she's right. I have kind of overpainted. And then the funny thing is, since it's our anniversary, I started ahead because I was going to paint this like rotating, kind of spinning kiss painting, and I started like what I thought was like 6:30, and then I finished at like 5:30 because I started at 5, and it only took half an hour.
Yeah.
So it's like
Wow, that's very good.
I was telling Jess I didn't feel like painting today, and that never happens to me. But then a friend of ours came by, we did a painting with him, and then we painted a shield for Jess's brother's birthday. So we've actually painted quite a bit.
Today, and now it's like, hey, go again.
Wow.
But it's good.
Wow.
Can we do this, Jesse? Do you see my camera?
Yeah.
I'm going to put this set up here,
Yeah.
which leaves basically, where's Mickey? How did
Mickey's
that
there.
happen?
It's flipped.
It's flipped. It doesn't look flipped.
I think we're here.
It is flipped. Why is it flipped? That is strange.
Oh yeah, did you bring stuff? Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, let me know if you need anything. But yeah, you have like the wherever you'd like to sit. And
Find the table.
yeah,
I need a table for
Thank
sure.
you. And there's like
Okay, Jess,
there's like water containers.
can you kind of sit where Mickey is?
Yeah, okay. You're welcome. Sit where the Mickey's. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
There's a nice seat.
There are 10 people with us, which is
There's
awesome.
lots of people online. Yeah.
Okay, come here and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. You ready?
Oh, so, Dr. Jess.
Hi, yeah, welcome.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good.
Good. You're just new the first time coming in?
I am.
Oh, awesome.
What's
Nice
your
to
name?
see-
Tanner.
Have I met you before?
Yeah.
I wasn't your teacher at some point.
No.
Where you came in before last
Came in
kids, you did look familiar now. Awesome. So do you kind of know what we're doing, or would you
I
like
got a bag.
the whole
but I would
rundown?
like the whole. but
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. So first we got our piece of inspiration. So I will tell you.
Every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, people show up, we spin a wheel, come up with 3 random ideas, paint for 2 hours, and auction the work off at night. Everybody's welcome to take part. It's free.
Okay.
If you sell your piece, you get to keep half. The other half, we don't keep, the landlord keeps. Jess
Okay.
and I work here for free, and we've calculated it a number of different ways. We're not taking advantage. Jess and I could have gotten 2 Mustangs and a Camaro for what we put into this
We
space.
put all of our sales in.
Yeah, everything we do
I'm not
is,
too worried about
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I hate the part where it's like, the artist keeps half. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, because
Right, we're
otherwise we're also live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and then so we do the 2 hours of the art making, and then 9 o'clock the auction. Our pieces of inspiration were stars and this cowboy painting and magpies.
I love magpies and
Yeah.
stars. And
Murderous
cowboys are good too.
Right? Yeah. See, so all that.
Fantastic.
And yeah, so we are all of the pieces up on the wall. Our richest pieces are from a private collection, so nothing on the wall is for sale. They're
This
all,
is my life for the last 12 years.
Yeah.
Dr. John bought all these pieces and then he loaned us back 100 pieces. So over the next few weeks, we're just putting up some of the pieces that we sold to keep the gallery open.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, sounds fantastic. I brought nothing though. Maybe a pen. That helps.
I have here.
It's chocolate.
I didn't
pastry.
even know we go into an art place today.
If you, and you don't have to. Maybe
Where's
like,
the-
would you like some stuff, or would you like to just like check stuff out today?
Here,
We have
take-
that.
Take the chalks
And I have paper here. I have paper.
and
I
give
have-
you some paper.
I have, yeah, we can share. We don't need a whole bunch.
Yeah, take the
Because
whole
we
bunch.
we're freeloading right now.
Oh.
You know?
Pull out some chalks if you
Unless
like.
maybe I'll be incredible and then you guys will have
If you keep them together, it's probably good.
Okay.
Keep the box and show them, and then yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Look at this. Come look. I have this. This is just a board that I dropped on,
Okay, yeah.
but I felt like doing a cityscape, and like this drop here looks like a dude in a hoodie,
It
right?
does.
I see it.
And then you can kind of see all the perspectives already. Like even these drips seem to follow the right. It's gonna be like so easy.
I see
It
it.
almost happened by accident for me. So I'm gonna call this my miracle painting.
I don't think I see the city landscape until you mention it. Now I can see it.
Now you can't see it. Can't not see
Now I
it.
cannot see it.
Yeah. Once it's
I have a completely unrelated question. Why do you wear one glove?
That's a good question. Because if I'm working big, I'd use both hands.
Uh-huh.
At this point, I can't remember where I put this on.
Yeah.
I was using charcoal earlier,
Oh, I see.
and I think I took it off, and then I found it, and I just put it on so I'd have it. So
Okay, so you wouldn't lose it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or I've got something really gross happening with this hand.
Okay, yeah. All right.
All right.
Okay, sounds good.
Things you can't work your way back from.
Yeah.
Wow, this is
so
oil
great.
pastels, and then there's like quite a few
There you go.
pieces. So yeah, whatever.
Well, if you
Oh,
start-
that's so
if you
amazing.
start-
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're very welcome.
yeah.
And then you have your
Have a
pickup
little-
tables,
Okay,
and
fun.
there's like
So nice.
yeah, there's the washroom there, and there's a sink just around the corner there.
And you said it was magpies, stars, and a cowboy,
Cowboy.
painting?
Yeah.
Oh, just cowboy in general.
There, well, and anything like feel
Yeah.
free to do anything. Okay.
It should be an Australian cowboy.
Oh yeah, it was from
Cowboy.
an Australian source. Yeah, yeah. There you go. That would change it. There could be a kangaroo in there.
That
You're
could have
right.
Kangaroos and rabbits.
Yeah. And frogs. What was that?
Oh, and crocodiles.
That is different.
Although they don't usually do the crocodiles in the middle of Australia, so.
Am I sitting in the right spot, Rich Taylor, or does it matter?
Can you see yourself?
Oh, of course.
Can you see yourself?
I don't know.
Can you see yourself?
Oh, I have to get closer to make it, I guess. Did you see this one? Painted over the weekend. She was singing "Girl from North Country" by Bob Dylan.
Oh.
And this is the girl from North Country. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it.
It's like immediately. I mean,
Yeah, very good. I love it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I like the
I mean, a
duet
lot
with
of
him and
people-
Johnny
Yeah,
Cash.
Johnny Cash. Yeah,
Yeah.
off National Skyline.
Yeah.
That's good.
That is such a good album.
Yeah.
Scott, Steve Earle was pretty amazing, BTW.
Not to make you feel bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the songwriting part of it is so beautiful.
I'm not sure.
I keep like
I believe you.
Is Kelly online?
I don't know. I put the live feed up.
Because I'm gonna go home and make lines on the painting.
oh, that's nice.
You or her sent me a link. I will get to it.
Nice.
Hey, guys,
Oh, you're off.
It was really nice seeing you, Theo.
I have a painting that
Do
requires.
you find the links when I put them in the comments?
Pardon?
Are you finding the links when I put them in the comments, or does Kelly give them to you?
Usually Kelly gives them to me, but if they're in the comments, then I'll find it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, guys,
Yeah,
Take
okay,
care.
Theo. Take care.
have fun with the cityscape. There's the guy, oh yeah, there's the guy in the hoodie.
It's just a drip, eh?
Yeah. But he's got a t-shirt on.
Yeah.
He's advertising something.
Yeah, I should have one of those hammers.
All right.
See that?
Bye. Oh, ospreys are wild looking. Actually.
It's not good, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like their eyes are so wild. Look, just like
Can I tell you that I told you earlier that was my, I believe it was my grade 4 science project. It could have been my grade 7 science project, but I think it's my grade 4.
yeah.
And I was like the only kid that I knew of that remembered we'd done this twice. So they're like handing out the animals,
Yeah.
and I hustled to get the osprey because I already did it.
Yes.
And so the second time I did it, all I really had to do was research. Or sorry, the research was done.
Yeah. You just had
All I
to.
had to do was draw it, and I was in heaven. But I remember like those things used to really surprise me that nobody else knew that we did the same thing every 4 years.
I'm obsessed about family, but I never existed about the actual family. All part of me. Just because I spent so much time making that Cancun character.
I'm a big crow guy. This is my backyard.
Did I misunderstand that Scott didn't want to go to Steve Earle or did want to go to Steve Earle?
No, Scott's here, and he was saying like that he just didn't get a chance to.
Why didn't you get a chance to Steve Earle?
Oh, why didn't I get a chance?
Yeah, what got in your way?
Oh, because I had to go to town out to Drumheller for a half an hour pastor.
Right.
My cousin was having a family reunion on his side, and I've never been out to one.
Yeah.
So I
No,
met a
that's
whole
nice,
bunch of
though.
relatives that I've never met.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Hi, Donna. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm so much better.
That is so good.
And I'm much better now.
I went to art and I did this thing called tessellarium or something like that.
Yeah.
Tessellation.
Tessellation.
I should show you, it's really neat.
Yeah.
I mean, and I even wanted to color it. And believe it or not, I used crayons.
Nice. Perfect.
Why wouldn't we believe that?
I believe it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
We're all believers.
We're a bunch of doubting Thomases, that's what we are.
I just saw Theo and he gave me a big hug.
Oh, that's nice. Looking at ospreys. They generally have the fish in their feet, not in their mouths. Yeah, tessellations, like tiles. That's awesome. Yeah. Very cool.
Rich.
Very cool.
And I get to keep the templates.
Oh yeah,
So
good.
I'm gonna do some more.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's perfect.
I love that. Feel that,
Yeah. Where's this? Is it on sheet paper at all?
It's actually watercolor paper, and I did my text like that. It should be
Somebody's dinging. Oh, there's Zach.
Hello.
No pressure. There we go. Plus pressure. I cannot hear you, Zach. Do I have my sound off? I have my sound off. Is it on now?
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Less pressure. I like it.
Look at this, Zach. Do you see what I'm painting here? It's just this random drip board, but it already had it had a street scene in it.
Nice. I like it.
Little dude there with the hoodie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So just like found it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like that. I like those colors too, purple and orange. That's very nice.
It's like violet, right? Or is it this
What did I paint? You got a little city thing going?
What?
Well, the
Sorry, I'm
thing-
late. Sorry, I'm late. I'm back to work.
We do not take attendance at the Rumble House. Maybe we should.
Good idea.
The dog ate my homework.
Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna make it clear.
That's so cool. Very cool.
Zach, do you know what today is?
What you need
Do you know what today is?
today? is
5-year anniversary of the Teruvian wedding.
Oh, congratulations! Happy anniversary!
Thank you.
5 big ones.
And then
Yeah.
What's the gift? Is it what's it? It's
Wood.
oh, it's wood. Oh, cool.
Oh, I give her a gift.
Oh, okay, that's for later.
Oh.
I got her a nice ring that looks like a river.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What was
Hey,
it?
oh, you wanted it. 5 years. What was your favorite part?
Right now.
Right now, currently.
Right now is my favorite part.
Good answer.
There's a pretty neat moment. Let's say I could pick the favorite part of the summer.
Oh yeah.
We're doing this stupid. I shouldn't say stupid. We're doing this incredibly bizarre thing when we shut down.
Yeah.
It involves being silly.
Okay.
Now here's something you and I wouldn't know because we're not beautiful women.
Mm.
But it's hard for, I think, somebody raised to be a beautiful woman to be silly sometimes.
Yeah.
So Jessica was kind of struggling. Did you meet Dead Kevin?
Not not personally. I've seen him before. No, I've seen him before.
Have you met it?
Maybe
So
met him in another life.
Jess was really stressed out about Dead Kevin. She's like, I don't know how to do this. Like, I'm not funny. And I'm like, just tell Dead Kevin. And then I wake up in the morning and she's written a script about talking to Dead Kevin about, like, you know, Felix and Rich. They're funny, but I'm not funny. And I was like, this is perfect. Like, that was my favorite moment, was finding out Jess stayed up into the night writing content for Dead Kevin. Did you say you've seen Dead Kevin, or you don't know what I'm talking about?
No. Yeah, I've seen him. I watched that interview with him that you had on repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a number of interviews with Dead Kevin. I just kind of sketchy about where I put them up because I want to save some content for when we.
Right. Yeah, totally. Yeah. But yeah, it's really, really interesting. The premise of, you know, posing a question or answering it organically, you know, without him actually asking you anything, you know, and making it a conversation without
speaking for him.
Yeah, it's really great. And I remember you brought up that you know, those conversations are actually quite difficult to make it, you know, like without repeating the question.
By the time I'm done writing the content, I need a nap. And I'm not a napper, but I end up almost flu-like. It's almost like having the flu from thinking too hard.
Just gassed, yeah. It's brilliant. No, it's brilliant. I really did enjoy that first one. Or maybe not the first one, but it's that whatever it was 10 or 11 minutes, and yeah, it was great.
So the internet is kind of weird, and sometimes you get like 1 million views, and sometimes you get 3.
Right.
But what I'm finding consistently is there aren't a ton of like views right now because people don't know where to look for it. But what I'm impressed with is the number of like rewatches. So when 100 people get reached, generally like say even if 100 people, there's 100 views, it seems like almost usually more than half of them are watching it a few times, which I find really intriguing. Like, I know why I watch it a few times. I'm just like, I can't believe I pulled that off. But like, Josh, what's up? What do you need? Oh, okay. Welcome.
Do you get those analytics? Do you get that analytics of this?
I get a ton of analytics, and it's kind of why we never really got a website, because even 10 years ago with Gorilla House, the information I was getting through the information I was getting through YouTube, and sorry, I don't know if you can still hear me, but the information I was getting from YouTube and Facebook was phenomenal, and actually Instagram's pretty good too.
So you didn't need that. You didn't need that extra.
It wasn't even that I didn't need it; is I didn't want it. I didn't want to have like a mixture of like, let's say if I had a web page, limiting where people were finding us was like really refining the information I was getting back.
Right.
Right. And actually, I kind of find like I kind of broke down and started putting some stuff on TikTok as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that also really kind of like declarifies a lot of like the information that I'm getting, right? Because if half my friends are finding me on TikTok, then I'm not getting the same feedback from Instagram, right? Like the more you spread out, the more you're like, oh, I saw that on Instagram, so you don't like comment on it with Facebook or whatever. Like,
Right.
I wouldn't expect somebody to respond to something on every platform I've used, but I do see the advantage of only having one platform because what I initially was doing was tracking the success of things, seeing what works and what doesn't. Which is kind of what I've been doing at Rumble House and Grill House since the beginning, is just testing to see what works.
Right.
Except from this year when nothing works. That's a joke. Actually, it's a joke.
Is it though?
Yeah, like even I've thought, with my participation and seeing viewership or number of views, I'm just watching on YouTube.
Yep.
And then you're saying, oh, we got 11 people watching, and I look and it says a different number, and I go, oh, that's right, he's live on Insta, he's live on Facebook, he's live.
Right. What do you see? Do you usually see like less or?
No, there are more people in attendance than I have access to that I can see.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It does, like, it's funny because like there is, to some extent, I was talking to Jessica's sister's boyfriend about this, about like the perception of success. And I know I had a landlord that pulled up in a Mercedes-Benz one day, and I was like, I think my rent is too high.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to be paying enough rent for my landlord to have a Mercedes-Benz. And that kind of stuck with me. And then so when I was a graphic designer, I often would talk people out of spending too much money on glitz, like,
right.
For instance, one of my first clients was a plumber, and he wanted full color business cards. And I was like, how about a plumber that just like his card's nice and clean,
Spends the money on materials rather
yeah, or doesn't overcharge.
Yeah.
Right.
And, so that's a factor that's been part of my design work since I started doing graphic design when I was a young man.
I've definitely had the Lexus pull up and demand higher rent, and then
right. There is, to some extent, though, some logic that these people, by this I mean like real estate people, kind of have, that when they put on the veneer of success, people trust them more.
Yeah.
So like I would look at it and think, wow, that guy's overcharging me. But I even asked my landlord, like, what would make you want to show up at I think it was a Rolls Royce actually.
Ooh.
When they were coming to pick up my rent checks, and they were saying that it was a write-off and that it was considered part of their advertising. That having a successful car, part of what built trust between them and the clients.
You know what's odd about those big cars? There's like a weight issue, and like that's why they
don't last long.
The G-Wagon got so popular because it made this like industrial weight tax break.
Yeah.
It's a big heavy car, but you could be doing anything. but it was like right off. You could write it off as like a big truck.
Mhm. There is some kind of eco advantage to driving an SUV
Okay.
because they're classified as a weekend sports vehicle. So
Okay.
they didn't have to meet the same rigorous standards as say some of the other vehicles,
Mm.
and that's why people like them is that they were getting lots of car for less tax issues, and so that was like one of those things where
Yeah.
people were
Have you been in
cutting
before?
corners by having
Yeah. Yeah.
the right label.
We do this every week.
Sounds like the system's broken, man.
We start the evening and we spin a wheel and get 3 random ideas. So tonight it's stars and cowboy.
It's not going to get better till we start
but we
chopping
make sure
heads.
everyone's welcome to together.
Whoa,
So
slow down.
supplies,
Let them eat cake.
Oh, we got. Who did I just listen to? I listened to this.
So we sell off the work. So half
I
of
started liking this guy. Like he's all about old Egyptian knowledge.
all of our money in.
All about what?
He's all in these ancient Egyptian
Oh yeah.
talk. Yeah, like old Egyptian power plant talk. And all this ancient aliens talk. So he was talking specifically about the EV and the electric car and how it's unsustainable and that hydrogen's the way and that the EV is going to burn itself out. The infrastructure is not there and that the EV uses fossil fuels anyway. And he's talking about open source and like, what's that called? Like, open source, no patents.
Right.
So if we figure something out that works, don't try and bully everybody else off of it, but make sure.
Does he have a patent that he decided to open?
Yeah, that's it. I was suspicious of this gentleman because I thought he was using, these teachings, kind of the way like he was trying to, kind of convert for, financial gain, like for his own gain, So you preach this free love and share with everyone as long as I'm on top.
Yeah.
But he came through for me this last interview I watched with him. I wish I knew this guy's name. Everyone you know the guy. You see.
The only one I can think of is that ripped guy that keeps telling you to eat pizza and watch to the end of his video.
Oh.
Which is funny because I made a crack about that in my class, and all the kids are like, "How did you know that, Mr. Taylor?" Like every time you turn the internet on, some guy with muscles tells you not to exercise.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, that's totally true."
Yeah, funny. I was going to give myself a tattoo on this on tonight's Rumble.
Like online?
Yeah, like this. Like yeah. I was gonna set up my kit, but I slept in.
Is that
So maybe next week.
the tattoo practitioners will come and track you down for?
Oh, I've been a scratcher from way back, and yeah, I probably scratched up like 200 victims. So come and get me.
I guess I shouldn't be like questioning your art ethics.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny.
Mister, my tag doesn't have enough letters in it.
Oh yeah, I can't hang out with you. Don't hang out with no 3-letter names.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. That was my man. He was here. Put an R on it. if I did give myself a tattoo next week, what should I do? I guess I'd use the inspiration. I guess I could use some of those.
Oh my god! I better put good stuff on the wheel.
Mhm.
I think you should do something like Rich is the King. Long live Rich is the King. Long live the King.
Long live the king. Cool. I'm interested. Yeah, I got a pretty cool setup. I got a pretty healthy setup. Like probably one of the cleanest kitchen tattoos you'll ever get.
Yeah.
Sounds a little counterintuitive. Does this half of the live stream get like catalog? Does this are these on your
Yeah.
your YouTube channel forever?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So those reviews, does that information come from a lot of this? Is that like where this one did? Maybe we didn't watch this tonight, but we can catch it next week, or sorry, catch it tomorrow night.
I'm sorry, I dropped the plot. What are we talking about?
Yeah, sorry.
Like when I get content information,
Yeah, and like so.
I don't really pay too much attention to this content information because it kind of like first of all, it's inconsistent. So
Right.
what's happening online here with you and I tonight
Yeah.
might say there's 8 people.
Yeah.
During COVID, if it read 8, it probably meant like 30 because people were getting together in small groups. And
Right.
Whereas I don't actually know what's happening with the 8 people at home anymore.
Right.
Now this is the weirdest thing, right? Like this feed, there's 8 people online. At the end of the night, there's usually like 200 people that watch the part of it.
Mm.
And by the end of the week, usually about 600 people watched it.
Right.
So if there's 8 people online with us right now, there's another 592 people that are going to watch it even when the auction's over, which kind of blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're watching it for company at that point, like something to have on while they're like feeling lonely or something.
Right.
It's not like watching like the football game or something.
So I watch a broadcast called Kill Tony.
Yeah.
And it premieres Monday evening. It's live. It's the most popular live podcast on earth.
Right.
But we don't like. I prefer not to watch it live. Like
Right.
We try to catch, like if we are watching Kill Tony on Monday, it's an old episode.
Right. So you can watch it out of sync.
So same as this. It kind of gets stored and then.
This is funny because I don't think I've ever watched a podcast, and I'm putting all this energy into creating one.
Building one.
I should probably do some talking with people that watch them.
Well,
and find out why they watch them.
Right. Yeah, a little market research, but I mean, hard to be innovative and hard to be, extraordinary if you're just pandering or if you're just trying to.
Good, nice to see you.
Do the typical thing.
Eric, we'll say hi to the camera. The camera's here.
Sure.
And then
Hello.
Hey, my God.
Yeah.
It's all good.
In January,
My God.
watching TV. And I like the
Mike, you're saved in my phone as Mike Basquiat.
Oh, thank you. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Are these all from the doctor's collection?
all this and the other room and that wall are, and there's
Yeah, the other room's so nice. I love hanging stuff.
Can I show you?
I love that one so much. Okay, this one.
Come.
Oh, that way, yeah. So they're first to that.
because it's my joy that coloring my sheets.
Joyful garden.
What do you have, arm?
This is
Jurassic Park.
That's my ringtone.
Love that.
It's good. It's
I really
probably my favorite movie ever. So good.
We are living it.
I did that like 5 years ago. I did one for everybody in my family.
Yeah, I should take this call. I asked this guy to call me. I'm gonna be here, but I'm gonna just hey. I'm gonna be quiet for a bit.
I believe I called that on my phone and
I
show
went
him.
for a walk not long ago, and there was somebody saying on the phone, "Yeah, I'll meet you at the River Troll." I was like, "That is like the best thing that people can meet at my mural." Did I miss something important? Was that copper?
No, you're perfect.
Oh, perfect. I think that's where I will do when I will take the compliment.
Oh, Sandra's asking about watching podcasts. I didn't realize you could watch podcasts. I thought they were listened to, and then are there web series to watch? I'm questioning this to Rich and Zach. Is our podcast like? I think Zach's on the phone and Rich just walked away. We'll work it out.
So this
We'll
is
learn.
actually the Jessica.
We'll learn these things.
So this was 2023. And I keep track, like this right here is. Yeah, 2020. The design is, and this one's different too, because this one's 2024. Anyway, I go like, and this is visual artist. You see something else is like repeated. So anyway, these are like, this one's different from this one. Everything's the same. I just having so much fun.
Did the question get answered?
No, I have a question.
What's the question?
Can you watch podcasts or podcast series that are like
Didn't
only?
you just ask Zach that?
I know, but Zach's on the phone.
Oh.
And is it like a web series?
Some podcasts
And
are
is blog-
video podcasts, and some
Oh,
are
there's video
audio
podcasts.
podcasts.
See, this is why we come here. We learn.
This was this one. This was, I decided just to take but it's like, it's about very subtly different. When you look at them,
Is there a
it
game?
doesn't look like
Is it important?
I am
They
looking.
look exactly the same.
Oh yeah, that computer is attached to mine.
Only I know.
What's
that.
happening,
I told you guys.
Oh, it's just Sandra. We're talking about podcasts.
Okay.
This one's symmetry tape. It's exact.
Yeah, that computer's attached to your phone.
Yeah. And this one. And this
So-
one's my favorite. Yeah, so there's where it says vegan. And this is 2023. Believe it or not, that's from a design, no kidding, that I drew in 1976. That was almost 50 years ago. Yeah. So this stuff's fun. This stuff's really fun. You're so welcome. You guys do art, don't you?
I do some. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do some. Like, I'm not doing activity right now, but I started some acrylic paints and colors. So yeah, I do a bit of it.
I don't like acrylic because it's so hard on the environment. It's plastic and I seriously hate plastic. But I do really good work.
Do you use tempera, Donna? Donna,
Sorry?
do you ever use tempera?
You gave me those little palette things, the tempers. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Temperas are pretty good for the environment.
Yeah.
It is funny that oil paint's made out of plants and acrylic paints are made out of oil.
I bought some of that water-based oil
Yeah.
just to try it, and
What are you using to clean it? Donna, what are you using to clean it?
Easier to clean up.
Oh, water?
Yeah.
Because you can also use Blue Dawn.
What's it called?
Just Dawn.
Blue Dawn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the stuff that cleans the ducts.
Yeah.
Cleans the ducts.
Exactly.
If it can clean the crude oil,
Yeah,
it can clean.
that's the only time I would say that's so unfortunate. I hate that word.
I don't have to worry about coloring. Everything is
This is what is
Oh, that's really pretty. Mm-hmm.
This is just how it looks in a room.
That's really, really pretty. It's closer.
Zach, have you ever been to Chicago?
Oh, that was real.
Oh, he's gone.
He's on the phone, but he said he's coming back.
Who said he could go?
He said I should take this. I've been waiting for this moment. Yeah.
Been waiting for this moment all my life.
Oh, no.
So what if this is a frame, like you generated a frame and then you generated a video, and this is how it would look in a room.
Osprey.
Don't you feel like it's like, you know, like.
We do have 8 people with us.
And it's almost like, so for me, this is going to be a brain, it feels so good.
And especially you feel so good and you get into the flow that the time that it passes you don't remember how much time.
Well, I don't do that.
Brown.
That's just a part of me. Yeah.
I need something. What is it? Brown.
This is the other one, like, my favorite, right? I mean, it's not, I don't want to finish it, you know? Oh, I love it because it's kind of like, it pretty much flows, you know, like you're looking at it and your eyes go like,
What's the dinging? Oh, that's you.
Yeah, sorry.
like this one's like, yeah. No, they're all different, so. Yeah. This one here, yeah, these.
I was saying it was crazy because the building that's not far from us is called the Oliver, and the restaurant on the main floor is called Luca, and that's her son.
Nice.
Oliver and Luca.
It's like, seriously, my favorite. Yeah, yeah. It really does, doesn't it?
And together they look like a pair.
They're not for.
Yeah.
And it's probably had lots and lots and lots. That was good. Just
Great meeting you.
Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening to me.
It's really nice to see you.
Nice to meet
Yeah, it's a pop.
Did I end up finding black paint?
Yes, it's on your. Oh, I put it on your desk. Oh, that yellow band. Yellow band. Go left, lefter, left.
You think this is black?
Ivory black. Mars black.
You're correct. You win the prize.
You think this is black?
The person that bought it is like, he lives in Boston, I think.
Okay.
Oh. Somewhere in the United States.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. The video is pretty much all that screen. So I was like, yeah. Anything that you'd like to bring. So like there's a whole range. Like, I'm doing watercolor, I do like embroidery. People have brought like there's like glass pieces, photos. So but photos you can't do. So like you know, like whatever you're gonna go with. That's why we say bring your own materials, and we have a sink over here, so like then you're not worried about people that have this like drawers and stuff. So then you can and like I would say working with like and then like regular like medium-ish size because we make our for the 2 hours. So like it always depends. Everyone works differently. So if you are maybe like a slower worker, you like building up layers. Some people do like a background and then they bring their piece and then they finish with here. So it's totally up to you. Like whatever is like nice for you, you know, like 'cause some people come to like very hardcore and they're like they bring their stuff and they only start then and they try to make it the whole to finish it. The Rich does like 3 paintings in a night sometimes. So we're so quickly. So everyone's different. So whatever they say. What if this all this? I'm sorry, yes. I started personally. Like when I was small, I used to do and then I started candles and cutting candles. Absolutely. But it's really
Last week's okay, and I didn't want to panic anybody, but I did want to get people to know that the shows were going on. And so last week was a lot of the works Dr. John bought during the auctions. The next few weeks, this stuff, half of this stuff is stuff from the auctions. Half of this stuff has never been seen, and the stuff that's going up over the next few weeks hasn't been seen. So I was like, how do I tell people I really want them to come without like driving them nuts or even driving them away, you know? So.
Yeah, no, I wanted to see that stuff wasn't seen.
Yeah, and I thought like this must be the least stress because none of it's for sale, right? So there's no pressure. You know?
Well, and you don't have to look at it going, oh, I wonder which one's for that.
Yeah, well, the
Who
other
bought
things I have to
Mickey
keep,
Mouse?
them. What?
Who bought the materials?
It's still up for grabs,
Oh, okay.
and it glows in the dark. I know that one doesn't have a home yet.
But like I said, I was serious when I said people should even online, you know, like people end up posting stuff that we all have of yours.
Yeah.
It would at least also give it, you know, a space on the Rumble page.
Yeah.
Too, right? Like, I don't know. I always think these are your children, right? Big and small.
I actually didn't until I saw this show. And then when I saw all the pieces, it's happened a few times where like I've got my hands on a bunch of my pieces at once. We borrowed back a bunch of pieces for my birthday one time. People, just basically anybody that had one, brought them in. And then actually when I see them all together, that's when I end up often having like, oh, maybe I should have kept those.
Yeah, I know, because there's one piece I never won that I kind of regret never winning, but I don't know who won it.
Which piece was it?
It was the piece that I called the professor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was one of your bird pieces. It was on a big piece, heavy, and yeah, I didn't fight to win it, and it's one of the pieces that I kind of regret not winning.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I guess also I always thought of it as like there's always next week, like there's always whatever coming next. So anytime somebody didn't get a piece they wanted, I felt like don't worry about it. There's always next week. Like sometimes people get really excited about a piece and they contact me like, can you hold on to this piece for me? I'm like, yeah, for sure. And then they don't show up, and then I put the piece up for them, and then you know thinking that they'd be here and they don't, and then it's like, oh, now I'm like. I felt like I let people down, but I have always felt like, well, there's always next week, and we're getting to the point where there isn't always next week.
Exactly. There's only so many weeks left.
Yeah, there's only like 20 left or something. I don't even know.
Well,
It might be 18.
used to watch this movie. What's it called? It was about a nun that was on trial for murder,
Right?
and it kind of tells the story backwards. And it was a play. So when I was in university, it was Agnes of God, I guess.
Right?
But there's these quotes that hang with you, and one of them, and it might not be from that movie, but it was like, yeah, it was like the.
Do you have any like colored pastels over there?
Ask Jessica, she'll help you out.
Okay.
It basically came down to the reason why this moment is so good is because we know it's going to end.
Right, yeah.
That came from the movie. Yeah, because the two people were like, why does it have to end? Like, this is so great, let's keep going. And the character goes, well, it's because of knowing that it's going to end is what makes this moment so good. And that's what's happening.
Yeah, I think when I opened, actually, this is a funny week to talk about this, because when I opened, I planned to be open for 6 weeks. And I opened in July. Test run was 11. There was 3 in July. And then by the third one in August, which is this week, also our anniversary, I had it in my mind that there probably wouldn't be more. I didn't tell anybody else that, or else they wouldn't show up for the rest of the summer, but I had to make a decision on August 27th whether I wanted to sign a $60,000 lease while I had around $600 in the bank. So it's like, okay, 12 years ago on this night, I kind of thought, well, we're probably going to start losing energy soon. Harold tormented me that night. He just tormented me. He kept saying, the sun's going away. What are we going to do? And I was like, I don't know. Like, we'll figure something out. But half the people were using the sunlight to paint outside. And so Harold was like traumatized that the sun was getting darker sooner. And I was like, well, I can't change the sun. And that's like the least of my concerns right now. So, anyways, I think it was Rumble number 6 or Art Battles number 6. My videographer didn't show up, and I had a guest videographer come in. But when I cut the video, it was so morose.
Oh, I'm gonna grab your piece for you. Oh, right, I had a patch, right? Yeah. I really like this one too.
Yeah. Everything up is Dr. John's. And there's stuff in the other room too.
Oh, I looked at it. Of course, my favorite paintings are your self-portraits. That's the
Really?
one I wanted to see
Well,
last
that's
week.
nice.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm super embarrassed by them. However,
Yeah, no,
you know, it's the first time, like I said, that I started like looking at these pieces, kind of wondering if it would have been nice to keep some for myself. And that's the other thing is, like, I've just got settled in my life with my power tools, and I'm shutting down, and I recognize I won't have any more power tools. Well, I'll have power tools next year, but I won't have anywhere to use them. And so it's interesting, like, oh, like my t-shirts and my silk screens. I'm not going to be able to silk screen print when I don't have this space. Partly just because I make heavy use of the spray hose, and we certainly don't have a spray hose in the apartment. So I was printing off all my inks with reckless abandon, thinking, well, I don't really have any use for these next year anyway. So I might in the future have a spray hose somewhere in my.
But your style has changed too, eh?
Isn't it
Yes,
cool to
yes.
see?
Yeah, absolutely. I see it.
Yes and no though, because it's like I loop, right? Like
Oh yeah, there's
you can find pieces from 20 years ago
Yeah.
that look the same.
and that you're using the same thing and everything, but then there are shifts like of material, of style.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true
And
for sure.
colors too.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, from
100%. I go through
Like
phases with colors.
fluorescent,
yeah, like
just things that catch your eye that you do, you know, like
We weren't planning on
really
bringing
like
anything,
and
so we didn't bring anything.
do.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't even know we go into the art thing.
Yeah.
It's not me with the bar.
I mean, colors and stuff.
It does say rumble.
That's so cool.
You ended up drawing that. You're drawing that turkey like that's your war turkey is your canary you got on your arm, but you were drawing it like everywhere, and then you did that big piece. It's like
Let's go right now.
you're like. I remember you're like, what the heck, like
This?
yeah, the war turkey.
I feel like when I was doing that, I was supposed to be doing something else.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're like, what the heck am I gonna do with this? And then Dr. John loved it. Like, it was
Yeah,
like,
I think I had a commission that I had to do, and I was avoiding the commission. And I
That's
think
the
that
best way.
Yeah.
Procrastinate and then you create.
we did that the other day. As I painted, I painted 32 paintings for our friend Jason, who makes TV shows and movies.
What's his
And they were
last
all-
name?
They were all music. What's that?
What's Jason's last name?
Jason
Coxworthy.
Coxworthy.
Coxworthy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, like 28 paintings into 32 with a Monday deadline. We got to the point where it's like, let's go move a couch.
He's like, oh, you have to do this thing. And then he's like, I actually just needed a break. But you always end up finishing it. Like,
Yeah.
So do you have top 100 favorite paintings? I have to say 100 because you really can't say 10.
No, I
It's a
know.
silly thing.
I think out of this show, I've been looking around because I wanted. I love
I love that.
I love this so
Absolutely.
much. I've been looking. Okay, I really love the feet in both of these.
Yeah.
I really love the feet.
You go and roll in, huh?
Oh yeah, the hands like so beautiful. But I really love this series he did of like the 8-foot Jessicas, like this one.
You okay tonight, Scott?
I have to drop off the statements due with my mom's bank account to
Every
the
night.
attorney tomorrow
Yeah,
morning, so it's kind of crap.
I could feel it.
Yeah, I don't want this to happen. I don't want to even get my brother in trouble.
Yeah.
I just want, he's just gone incommunicado
Let's go.
on me. So we'll see what happens. The attorney said that he would talk to him, but he wanted the statements. So I'm
Right.
just writing out briefly as possible. And I'll reduce it to something simple.
Yeah. You know, in fairness, the world's really against ChatGPT.
Against what?
ChatGPT and those AIs.
Right.
But if there ever was a useful purpose for those, is writing stuff you don't want to write, right? Like, you could explain yourself to the ChatGPT
Yes.
and ask it to put it into a format for you. Here's how I used it the first time. My landlord used to write us really nasty notes
Right.
that were unnecessarily nasty.
Yes.
And so they wanted to tell us that they were going to come into our apartment and just double check that our balconies were pigeon proof, right?
Mhm.
And they had valid reasons for wanting the pigeons removed from the balconies. So they wrote this message on my door that just made me feel like I was some kind of scoundrel.
Yeah.
And Jess cried, right? She's like, why are they so rude? And so what I did was I went to ChatGPT and I said, please write me a letter explaining why it's important to go into my home to check my balcony for
Mhm.
pigeons.
Right.
And really, like if all of my neighbors are more conscientious about pigeons, the pigeons won't hang around the building and everybody has a healthier life, right?
Right.
But the way they wrote it was, we're a bunch of filthy pigs. And
Which had nothing.
so I asked ChatGPT to explain to me why the landlord needed to come in and check on my pigeons.
Mm-hmm.
And it wrote me a very sweet explanation. Then I said, please write the same explanation as though you hated me.
Okay.
And it wrote almost verbatim the letter we got
Right.
from the company. So I went down to meet with the people and I just said, look this is what it looks like when I asked the chatbot to write me a nasty letter.
Right.
And this is your letter and they're almost the same.
Yeah.
And this is what it looks like when you ask the chatbot to write you a nicer letter. And I'm like, and this will save you time. You can just ask the GPT to write something nicer, and you won't spend as much time writing letters. Pretty good use for the ChatGPT if you don't have the nicest ingrained inside you, And I think I was talking to the lady that who originally wrote the letter.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not impress her very much, but she passed me on to her boss, and we've had much nicer letters ever since.
Oh, there you go.
So what you could do is explain your situation to the ChatGPT, and then ask the ChatGPT to write you a letter, and then you can give it direction to go, can you write me a kinder version so my brother doesn't get in trouble? And it might be able to write a gentler version of, without the bias of your feelings being hurt and that sort of thing. Right?
What?
So
is that the same? I have Grammarly and it goes shorten it, improve it, make it sound diplomatic.
I would think so.
Yeah, because I use that and it turns my what could be seen as, like you said, kind of mean into something that is exactly the opposite. Like you said, it's very important that I don't put my personal feelings in this and just stick to, I want to help us all out. Help my brother, help us just close this thing. Is that kind of?
Yes.
Like,
I haven't used Grammarly, but they are essentially the same thing. The only thing, one has way more hate, because at the same time, it is getting harder to make a living as an artist with the ChatGPT around. And I don't think that's the ChatGPT's fault. I think it's the fault wholeheartedly of the relationship of the art world with the art buyer.
Right.
That sense that you never know if you're getting taken for a ride.
Yes.
Is increased so much for people buying art. They don't even know if they're buying it from a human anymore, and it causes problems, right? So
yes,
that's why actually places like this are really valuable, because the art buyer knows for sure that a human made it. It happened in live. Donna, there's no question that it's valuable. Exactly. The question is, who has the resources to purchase it? Because it can be as valuable as it is, but if nobody has the money to buy it, and if we're in a world where everybody's struggling, even some of the wealthy people are starting to downsize their homes.
Right.
Well, we're in that world right now.
Right. So valuable is like kind of a vague meaning, right? Like it has value to me, it has value to you, but it doesn't always have like, oh, here's my painting, give me my money, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Rich.
Yeah.
I think I hate you, but I'm not sure it has to be this way if you weren't such a thief. So I press this, and then it goes continue.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go.
Wait, who wrote that? You?
I did.
Yeah.
Right now.
You're like, how can I say this without calling you a
Make
thief?
it diplomatic.
Yeah.
How would that make it? Generate text.
Yeah.
And I have mixed feelings about our relationship, and I believe it could be improved if certain behaviors were addressed.
That's really good.
Like, isn't that kind of what you're explaining?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been using it like on almost everything I send.
Yeah.
If it's negative, well, I at least see what they have to say.
Right.
And then I can just hit insert, and it just makes the email not
Right.
so cruel. And I don't want my, a lawyer doesn't want to hear about my personal things.
Right. Well, as teachers, when you observe an event, you write it like you're a video camera. You have to take all your personality out of it.
Right.
A shoe hit my face. It was unclear of the intention of the thrower of the shoe.
Right. Does that really happen?
Did a shoe hit my face?
Or
Or have I had to write one of those reports?
Or something like that. Yeah. Well, obviously that's happened.
I generally avoid those reports because it intensifies my experience of negativity.
Right.
So I'm supposed to, but here's what I keep trying to explain to them. If I have a bad experience with a police officer, it takes 10 good experiences to make up for my bad experience.
Right.
This is science. If you can't eat a food, if you have a food aversion,
right,
what you can do is go to a food clinic, there's such a thing, and what they'll do is they'll put you in a meditative state, and they will feed you the food you don't like, but after they put you in a good mood. Right?
Right. Okay.
So they get you all comfortable. When you're not screaming in pain anymore, they tap your tongue with the mustard. And if they do that 10 times, you stop hating mustard. Although I like hating mustard, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But hey, how are you?
How are you? Just any masking tape around?
I don't know. I have some tape there.
A little bit.
How much?
Like this much.
I don't have masking tape. I have some gaffer tape.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's just for my ruler because I don't want to get this underneath onto the paper. Thank you.
No, what you're explaining is exactly the result I want, which is to have a relationship where I can talk to my brother again. Because everything was going perfectly until that happened. And then he got all mad at me, but,
Well, that happens, right? Especially with
brothers
splitting stuff up.
Yeah.
Shuja, that is you, right?
So what?
It's different.
I was different?
Yeah, why do you look so different? Just growing up?
I gained weight. That's what it is.
Did you want to gain weight?
Well, but these are all
Nah.
Dr. John. So
What happened?
those two, I think,
Started some medication.
Oh, that happens.
Yeah, I blame it on the medication. The doctor says there's no side effects.
No, there's often weight gain with the medications. Is it helping the medication?
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, was that
Are you happy?
if you gave it
I
to
think
Zach that was here.
You look good. You look different, but you look good.
I actually don't know. Oh, he did
It's
this.
probably the hair too.
I think he gave it to Zach for like.
I wouldn't know because it's under your toque.
He did this one. And you need that video of it. Is the
This is a lot of hair still.
Yeah.
response to that.
What are you doing these days?
By Bob Dylan.
What am I doing these days?
Yeah.
Just chilling.
And then but he's
Playing
Did you see
MLB
this
the show.
I love
I don't know
this.
what that
We
is.
bought this one
Baseball
landscape.
game.
And he did this
Okay.
little David and Goliath, painted into it.
Cityscape, man. A metroscape, I like to call
I
it.
love
You know, this was almost entirely on the board when I found it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
just,
Just the lines.
Yeah, the drips were there. And I just,
yeah, they're like they both have their weapons down. Yeah.
Coyote and Roadrunner when they go to work in the end.
Or like the when the dog and the coyote switch.
You telling me the same story again?
Yeah, and they're like, hey, bud, and they just like, hey, let's go. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the newer ones.
What are you doing?
He keeps. Oh yeah,
Now?
he's painting that.
I'm just watching.
Yeah, you know we're closing, right?
Yeah, when
December.
December.
Yeah.
That's crazy because the first time I came here was in December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 piano school too.
They've been pretty round numbers around
In a
here.
series of like 4 songs, and he was really getting into them. And it's real. Like my mom ended up getting one.
It was like right before I started
And they
school.
all had different-
Did you finish?
the size
No,
of
I
the
did not.
hand, so like this one's crazy.
What's your plan for next?
I'm like just these teeny legs, like
I'll probably finish at some point.
it just works out. Like I would
What am I,
never.
27 now? I'll
I would
finish
be-
before I'm
You know what I
35.
mean? Like scared of like, oh, this is like. the
How's your family?
proportions
They're
and this.
good.
He like plays
Yeah.
with the proportions of everything. So
Are
it's
you,
like
where you living?
really
By,
characters.
Fairview. I don't know. Where's that?
by Heritage Station.
Oh, yeah, I do know that. I grew up there.
Oh, yeah?
I'm the Bishop Grandin, formerly Bishop Grandin. Are
One
they
I
the
bought for
Rockies?
someone I wanted to give as an artist.
The high school mainly?
Symbol.
Well, I don't know any of the schools around here.
Yeah.
She's so difficult, and it's a horse. And I wanted to give it to her just as a maverick. Like I was called maverick. But I mean.
I wanted to paint the shoes.
Yeah, I still have it though, I haven't done it.
Power lines.
Some shoes that go up there.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to paint some of those.
So exciting.
Like the shoes you see hanging from power lines.
That means somebody lost the game of basketball.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sometimes. Sometimes it means you watch too much TV. You know?
You seen that movie Like Mike?
Nope.
And they threw his shoes up on the power line? Or he got some shoes from on the power
I
line?
like.
That's how he got his powers.
Like it would be cool because
Every time he wore
everyone
shoes, he was like
their
unstoppable.
own style and like their
attracted to
It's a good
certain
movie.
thing about it.
yeah.
It's old.
And then
What's this missing?
yeah.
I would say blue. There's some blue right there.
Yeah.
Some cool colors.
Yeah. Yeah. And also the idea of like you buying stuff.
What are you gonna do when I'm gone?
What are you gonna do when you're gone?
Puppet show?
Talk show?
Puppet show, yeah.
Puppet show?
Yeah.
It's cool. Like I'm just
Oh,
saying
I
all
saw
year.
I saw like episode 5 or 6 or
Everyone
something.
has it, and
Of what, the,
that's mom came just to show that like wasn't it
Space show?
earlier
It's
today.
weird, eh?
And
Yeah,
the
it's
same
a weird
thing,
thing
like,
to
she
do.
has
It's
really
off the
cool,
wall.
like really cool pieces too, and it's like oh,
My
it's
son
just,
thinks
like,
I'm gonna end up on a no
she's
fly
done
list.
so many pieces.
Oh, totally.
Like,
And I have the one where it's,
Which one?
I think it was,
The one that keeps you off the airplanes.
No, I'm saying which son?
Oh, Oliver.
Oh, yeah.
He thought it was funny.
Malfoy.
Like, I'll take that compliment.
And okay, but
He doesn't fire out the compliments too easily, so.
oh yeah, the revolution, like the smaller. Oh, that's so good. That was such a good series too. That was like
Some lure.
because that was the DNA painted
Nope.
into it, right?
No.
Like that, I think.
Yeah, no.
I'm not sure, I
This
just
is it.
saw it.
Like baby
and I
blue.
think it's kind of
I don't
iconic.
like baby blue.
It's nighttime.
It really is.
Oh, it's nighttime. That's why there's purple.
Yeah.
Nikki's got some interesting, hers is more, she's more.
Street
Nikki's-
lights.
She's wild. The piece of sheep it's on is so cool and wild too.
And she likes the kind of animalistic.
What's your book?
like, stuff
I didn't
like
bring
that.
it.
This is mythical.
Like Avatar, like
got some characters.
Chimera, kind of like animal.
Interesting characters.
human,
I
like
posted
Yeah,
a
she
picture
is.
on
She's into that, whereas I'm more,
Instagram.
Yeah.
I also like city
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah.
I know one of the Rumble,
yeah, totally.
the painting of.
What's your current Instagram
That was
handle?
one of the, it's funny in a
Still
way.
smoking shoes. I got
Check
3
and
of
see if
them.
I'm following you.
I got 3 Instagrams.
Shoot me an invite.
I was
What's
so
your,
happy
what's your
about
Instagram?
that painting. I would say you're one of
How do I spell
artists, like you, like there's a few
Not telling you
people
that.
are, like
It's on the wall.
artists of this
It's
space
everywhere.
and of, like, different times,
You're in the
and you
Rumble
were
House.
definitely one of those people. I was
Into
really,
Rumble.
yeah.
Well, the door, right, whatever was on the door.
I can't find it.
But when,
Rumble House?
yeah, totally.
See,
On Instagram?
I know, when that door closed.
Rich was asking, like, where's the hand, like the hand handle? He's like, I was like, we have the old one. I think we'll just change it out. Yeah,
You put a space in your
because
hand
I was
now.
like, I can't.
Is there a
Can't
space?
like this thing.
There's
And
official
even,
Rumble House.
that's what I think about the.
Where's that?
It's right there.
Look at what's that?
It was so funny. We were on the roof taking off the sign too. And
Rumble
then
in
one
the
of our
jungle.
friends across the street, they're like, "What are you doing?" And we're like, we're just taking it
What's
down
that,
before it
June?
gets cold because it would be shitty to do this in December. They're like, I guess. They're like, I do like
That's a
your new
different
sign.
Does it say where they're at?
It's like, oh.
Oh, I'm not on.
But that's the thing too. Yeah, we have those letters.
My
and
other
stuff.
account.
Yeah.
I should still
I
be
like
able to
that live
find
art
it.
sign.
Yeah,
They're like,
that's very cool.
No,
House
but
of Rumble.
no.
I know.
Is that a board
like
game?
that's been
House
for
of Rumble.
9 years of outside.
Well, I have one of your other
Maybe you
inside
blocked me.
ones, the birdies that are.
I very
Oh,
rarely
you
block
did?
it.
Oh yeah, on the fence
Because I
there.
got it and then I painted it. I mean, I varnished it
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
preserve it because it was inside.
Yeah. You totally are one of our archivists. You have lots of those pieces.
Well, I liked it. It was just kind of, you know, like.
Rumble House Academy. Hill House Rumblers. House of Rumble. I have you on Facebook. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
I've been doing birds. Like I've been having these encounters with birds. It's like really crazy. Osprey. They're like just.
Yeah, she had a Rumble House figure.
I just finished this.
Yeah, that doesn't
I'm like,
exist.
I think it's like when you notice them, like, 'cause maybe I'm too busy a lot of times. Oh, spare. And I started doing like a
What time
embroidery
is it,
where,
Jess?
oh, I don't know. I just had to, oh, it's only 8:30. I did like that kitchen, and then I ended up sewing it this bigger piece. And there's a magpie stir. I'm gonna do all of these like embroideries of these.
Hey, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I spilled paint on my 2 sunglasses,
Do you
and it,
oh,
just want to finish my story.
sorry.
When it dries, I think it'll peel off easier.
Oh yeah, that's just.
You're just supposed to do those times the way they are and just sign them.
Oh my gosh, the pants are awesome. When they're like glow in the dark, sometimes parts of the pants like are glowing. So good.
See, I, the reason I got this is because I'm doing I guess it's a version of getting old or whatever, is I bought a jean jacket like I had in high school. And it has, you know, patches on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm kind of like collecting up the patches that I like didn't have.
So much
Yeah,
fun.
so it's just figuring out where things go and how.
I love that. I love that. There's oh here, there's for our we've got like a military jacket, and we yeah, but these were some of the ones that I didn't. There's this. And this was that I did. Oh yeah. It's interesting because it's like in a lot of different. It's like I've seen it as more like in the Hindu, and then that's cool that you said that.
Yeah, because I knew a Jewish woman that
One
was
is
in
a,
Calgary, and she went her partner went to Toronto,
Spaceship?
but she
I
gave
think
me
that's
this
what you're
thing
talking
that was
about.
it kind of looks like that.
And then there's like
You
the
see my videos?
Nazar is like the evil
One of them
eye.
is spaceship,
Sometimes it's on its own, but then sometimes it's with the
and one of
hand
them
too.
is
That's really
a
cool.
guy talking to a mannequin. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that.
His name's
Yeah,
Ted
it's
Kevin.
like the triple goddess.
Yeah, and then
The heart
there's
and
other
the
things
heart
with
in there.
puppets.
Who did that?
Yeah,
This?
I only saw the
Oh,
one episode.
actually, she did both of these ones, and she did when Rich did the war turkey, he was doing
But that's an actual.
Watch those.
Yeah.
yeah,
Let me know what you
yeah.
think, 'cause,
Rebecca.
I'm a little.
She
it's
yeah,
just
and
something
actually
really
we met
shy
her
about
at Gorilla House, and then she started her
Super
team
shy
at
about
Gorilla
what
House
I'm doing
shut
now.
down. So yeah,
That
and
feeling where
Rich got a canary on him, and I got the
I have a canary. Just kidding. Did we eat all our food? Or do we have
There's some
something?
pineapple in the back,
I love
and
that.
there's a kombucha in the back.
Maybe I'll have the
I like
kombucha.
I'll let you get in.
So it was really nice seeing you, Michelle. It's Mary's Heart of Sorrow, but it's also like I think of it more as like strength too, because it's like through the pain, it's like kind of fire in it. So, I was embroidering it as a blues fest, so I like the blue in it. Thank you.
See you guys.
See you.
See you. Thank you.
Bye. Pineapple.
Please don't feed me that.
It's so cute.
It's gonna be a sticky spot there.
I'll clean it.
Do you ever wait on emails till the next morning?
Never.
No,
I never read my emails.
people always say, don't send it till the next day. I just make sure.
I never respond at all.
Yeah. Exactly.
Thank you.
Okay.
You see my website?
Not yet, no.
It's psychedelic aliens.
I have seen that. Is it old?
No, it's pretty new. I
Have
opened
they ever
it.
seen aliens before?
Yeah. You've seen the aliens, but you haven't seen the psychedelic aliens.
What does it mean?
Because you weren't stable when you were taking a picture. It's like a moving picture. My phone does it too.
You got it.
I think it's the yellow. I mean the green.
This is what I started with that data. It was just drips. Couple pieces of tape, and that kind of looks like a guy in a hoodie.
Is it still there? I got some hoodies for sale.
Those are like nice styles.
I really want to go painting.
So this is a turkey.
Yeah, self-portrait. Okay, I'm gonna drop this. It probably won't make any noise. Oh, make a little noise.
And a little dust.
I'm actually kind of surprised there was dust.
Because it's so clean. It is clean.
Yeah.
Oh, oh,
It's only just begun, Rich Taylor.
That's a fireable offense in my house, man.
Are you working?
Should I?
What?
it's what working.
Are you working?
Am I working?
It's more-
Yeah, I've been doing smart work every now and then. Yeah, working on my website. Uploading new designs.
What's that called?
Yeah, I got one I'm working on. Like goldfish.
How are you? Good, nice to see you.
You know, I gotta tell you, okay, first of all, we have a big thing about your No, not your brother. No, no, that's not right.
I'm gonna go grab your pieces once. What do you think?
No, I got your brother wrong. I got the wrong brother.
Look at this place.
It's different, hey?
Yeah.
All this stuff is the stuff that Dr. John bought.
Oh.
You just dropped in, or did you see my plea for help? I have like a mental plea for help. Like, come see my work, and my head's getting exploded.
I did.
So none of it's, well, those two are for sale, but most, all the stuff on the walls is the stuff that Dr. John bought. So basically, if we didn't make rent, I had to pull it all night.
Yeah.
And if I pulled it all night, it was Dr. John bought my painting. And if you bought my painting, then we made rent. So basically, and he wouldn't buy anything he didn't want. So there was no like, it didn't make it easy on me. But we stayed open because I batted 100 and we just painted like,
So these are new.
these are all 12 years old or 8 years old or 5 years old. Can I answer your question?
Yeah.
What are you doing for fitness right now? Because you look fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Intermittent fasting.
Is that
Yeah, and working.
like
Yeah.
you decided to try out intermittent fasting?
Yeah.
It makes
Doing it
sense.
since last August.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know. Sugar.
Can't do it.
I just had pineapple. I was like, ah.
That's natural.
I know.
It makes a lot of sense that if you're
You have this.
eating the way that people should eat, like, it wouldn't always be when you find it, not when you have it. Yeah, right.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I just
but
realized
it's
it says war turkey on there. There are a few of these pieces I kind of want to work into a bit. Like I'd like to put some white highlights into that one.
Nope. Can't. So these are here just for the show.
I just borrowed them. We took Jess can show you in the back there if you'd like to see. We took a
Oh yeah, I was gonna actually.
That's a U-Haul.
I'm gonna turn it
Oh.
Is it on you? Here, I'm going to.
yeah, turn me on there.
I'm going to go by and then come find us at 9 o'clock. Okay, we love you very much. Bye, Zach. There's 10 people online.
Tell them
So-
it's desperate.
Okay.
It's desperate that you come back at 9 o'clock.
Oh yeah, I just
We'll send out the link. Thank you so much for seeing you, Zach, and see you,
good to
Theo.
see you. Good to see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, cool. Actually, Zach, look, that really does. Theo, did you see Zach's piece? That is looking more and more like, that's really cool. It
Thanks.
reminds me of a Theo piece.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Theo, I love your stuff, man.
It's crazy.
See, Theo.
Mutually Admiration Society. Yes.
I love you guys. Thank you. We'll see you later.
Love you. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.